In 2025, we are surrounded by constant distractions, external expectations, and the overwhelming pressure to compare ourselves to others. We live in a world where the noise of social media, work demands, and societal standards often drown out the most important voice, our own. As we move forward into this new year, one of the most powerful choices we can make is to focus solely on ourselves. This may seem counterintuitive in a culture that constantly encourages collaboration and connection, but the truth is, true growth, happiness, and success begin with self-focus. How about well-being? How about reducing stress? How about creating more clarity? When you focus on yourself, one of the most transformative benefits is the opportunity for deep self-reflection. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to become distracted by external influences, whether it's the constant bombardment of information, the expectations of others, or the demands of daily life. However, the act of focusing inward creates the space to evaluate where you've been, where you are now, and where you want to go. This reflection is essential to understanding your current emotional, mental, and physical state and how they align with your larger goals and values. Self-reflection allows you to take a step back from the noise and look at your life from a broader perspective. It enables you to gain insight into your past decisions and their outcomes, helping you identify patterns and behaviors that either support or hinder your progress. For instance, you might realize that a certain relationship or environment isn't conducive to your growth, or that you've been spending your time on activities that don't align with your long-term objectives. This awareness is powerful because it gives you the information needed to make better, more intentional choices moving forward. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of life and the demands placed on you by others. When you take time for self-reflection, you regain control over your own narrative. You begin to define your own goals, set your own priorities, and align your actions with your authentic desires. This process of introspection creates clarity, helping you identify the things that truly matter to you. Once you're clear on your values and goals, you can move forward with a sense of purpose, which makes it easier to stay focused and motivated. Self-awareness doesn't just come from reflecting on past experiences. It also involves understanding your present state. Emotionally, mentally, and physically. Are you feeling stressed? Are you burning out? Are you connected to your true desires? These are questions that self-reflection helps answer, allowing you to adjust your approach accordingly. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed, reflecting on the sources of that stress can help you figure out how to manage it better or eliminate it from your life altogether. This self-awareness gives you the tools to navigate life with greater resilience and emotional intelligence. Self-reflection creates an opportunity to assess your relationships. By examining how you interact with others, you can determine whether certain dynamics are healthy or whether they are draining your energy. Are you surrounding yourself with people who support and uplift you, or are you engaging with those who bring negativity or uncertainty into your life? This understanding can guide you toward making better choices about who you allow into your inner circle and how you communicate with them. Taking the time to reflect also helps you recognize your strengths and areas for improvement. Often, we are our harshest critics, so it's important to balance reflection by acknowledging what you're doing well. Celebrating your achievements, no matter how small, boosts confidence and motivates you to keep going. It's just as important to identify areas for growth, as they give you the opportunity to improve and evolve. Through this process, you can develop a growth mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities for learning and development rather than obstacles. In the context of focusing on yourself, provides the foundation for personal growth. It helps you clarify your purpose, refine your goals, and continuously adjust your actions to ensure they align with your evolving desires. It's a continual cycle of introspection, awareness, and adaptation, where each step forward builds upon the last. With this clarity, you're better equipped to live a life that is authentic, intentional, and aligned with your true values, creating the path to a fulfilling and successful future. Exercise can provide you with clarity, an own or determination of purpose, which helps you define your path, successfully achieve it. Setting boundaries is a critical component of focusing on yourself, particularly in a world that constantly pulls our attention in different directions. As the lines between personal and professional life continue to blur, the importance of defining clear boundaries becomes even more significant. Boundaries are not merely about saying no to others. They are about creating a structure in which you can protect your time, energy, and mental health. When you set boundaries, you are signaling to yourself and to others that your well-being is a priority. The act of setting boundaries starts with recognizing your needs and acknowledging the areas of your life where you may be overextended. In a world that demands constant availability, whether it's through work, social media, or other obligations, it's easy to lose track of what is truly essential. Without boundaries, we risk becoming overwhelmed, stressed, and disconnected from what we genuinely value. However, when you establish boundaries, you take control of your environment and your time. This process helps you prioritize the things that align with your goals and personal values, whether that's time for rest, self-care, family, or pursuing your passions. One of the most powerful aspects of setting boundaries is the ability to protect your mental and emotional energy. In today's digital age, we are bombarded by constant notifications, messages, and demands. This ongoing stimulation can drain your energy, leaving you mentally exhausted and less able to focus on what really matters. By setting clear boundaries, you create a space where you can reclaim your energy and use it for more meaningful pursuits. This might mean limiting your time on social media, setting working hours to avoid burnout, or choosing not to engage in conversations that drain you emotionally. Boundaries give you the freedom to decide how and with whom you engage, reducing unnecessary stress and helping you maintain mental clarity. Boundaries enhance your ability to focus on your personal growth. When you set limits on external distractions, you free up mental bandwidth that can be channeled into your own development. Whether it's dedicating time to learning a new skill, pursuing a hobby, or improving your physical health, boundaries create the space for you to invest in yourself. When you prioritize your growth and well-being over the demands of others, you build a stronger foundation for success and fulfillment. It's essential to understand that saying no to others often means saying yes to yourself. Setting boundaries also involves creating a healthy dynamic in your relationships. It's easy to fall into patterns of people-pleasing or overcommitting when we're focused on meeting the expectations of others. However, when we fail to set boundaries, we risk losing ourselves in the process. Boundaries allow you to establish healthy and respectful relationships, where your needs are valued alongside those of others. By clearly communicating your limits, you set the tone for mutual respect, which strengthens the overall quality of your relationships. This also helps reduce feelings of resentment or burnout, as you are not constantly sacrificing your well-being for the sake of others. The key to setting boundaries is consistency. It's not enough to simply set boundaries once and expect them to stick. They need to be reinforced regularly. This can be challenging, especially if you're used to prioritizing others over yourself. However, the more you practice setting boundaries, the easier it becomes. With time, you will start to feel more empowered to protect your time and energy, leading to a greater sense of control and fulfillment in your life. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect and self-care. In 2025, it's crucial to prioritize your mental, emotional, and physical well-being by defining and protecting the boundaries that allow you to thrive. By doing so, you create an environment in which you can fully focus on your personal growth and the things that matter most to you. Setting boundaries enables you to take control of your life, protect your energy, and align your actions with your values, creating a more balanced and fulfilling existence. In a world that thrives on connectivity and comparison, one of the most valuable things you can do for yourself is to silence the comparison game. It's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your life against the curated versions of others that are constantly presented on social media, in advertisements, or even among your peers. This comparison cycle can undermine your confidence, distort your perception of success, and pull you further away from your authentic path. But when you focus solely on yourself, you stop comparing and start living according to your own standards and values. The first step in silencing comparison is to recognize how deeply ingrained it has become in our daily lives. Whether it's the constant stream of updates on social media, conversations with colleagues, or family members' expectations, it's hard to escape the pressure to measure up. The problem with comparison is that it operates on a shallow level. It focuses on external markers of success, such as appearance, accomplishments, or possessions, rather than on deeper, more meaningful aspects like personal growth, fulfillment, or inner peace. When you compare yourself to others, you're only looking at one small piece of the puzzle, not the entire picture of someone's life. And so, on what basis in 2025, the external pressures and comparison games are only going to intensify as we continue to live in a hyper-connected digital world. Social media platforms amplify this by presenting an edited, often idealized version of people's lives, which can make us feel inadequate or as if we're falling behind. But when you stop comparing, you reclaim your ability to define success on your own terms. You begin to focus on your journey, your progress, and the things that bring you true happiness rather than the fleeting successes of others. Focusing on yourself means realizing that your worth is not determined by how well you stack up against others. Everyone's path is different, and the experiences that shape our lives are unique to us. Instead of comparing your career trajectory or personal milestones with someone else's, ask yourself, what do I truly want to achieve? What brings me joy and fulfillment? These questions redirect your attention inward and encourage you to define your own success. That is, this shift in focus allows you to grow in ways that are meaningful to you without getting sidetracked by someone else's timeline. When you stop comparing, you also give yourself permission to embrace your imperfections and accept where you are in life. It's easy to feel as though you're not doing enough, not achieving enough, or not there yet. But the reality is that everyone is on their own path with its own set of challenges and timelines. By focusing on your own development and progress, you cultivate patience and compassion for yourself. You allow space for growth without the unnecessary pressure of measuring up to an ideal that may not even be aligned with your values. Silencing the comparison game allows you to deepen your sense of self-worth. True confidence comes from within, not from external validation or comparisons. When you let go of the need to compare, you are more likely to embrace your unique strengths and qualities. You learn to trust in your abilities and take pride in the progress you're making, no matter how small it may seem. End footnote. I'm almost finished the book. Strive. Over time, this shift in perspective helps you build resilience as you become more focused on your own growth and less affected by others' achievements or opinions. In addition to strengthening your self-worth, focusing on yourself helps you stay aligned with your own values. Everyone has different goals, priorities, and definitions of success. When you focus on your personal growth, rather than comparing yourself to others, you can better identify what truly matters to you. This clarity enables you to make more deliberate, authentic choices that reflect your unique journey. Instead of constantly adjusting your path based on the expectations or successes of others, you gain the freedom to carve out your own future, one that's truly yours. Silencing comparison and focusing on yourself is an essential step in reclaiming control of your life. It allows you to appreciate the present moment, reduce unnecessary stress, and invest in your growth in a way that's meaningful and fulfilling. By letting go of the comparison game, you unlock a more authentic, empowered version of yourself that is rooted in self-acceptance, purpose, and inner peace. Focusing on yourself means embracing self-compassion, which is a crucial but often overlooked aspect of personal growth. In a culture that celebrates perfection and achievement, we can become our own harshest critics, measuring our worth against unrealistic standards. Self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and patience that you would offer a friend during difficult times. It involves recognizing that making mistakes is a natural part of being human, and rather than berating yourself for those missteps, you offer yourself grace and the opportunity to learn from them. When you practice self-compassion, you begin to shift your internal dialogue. Instead of beating yourself up for not meeting your own expectations or falling short of your goals, you start to view setbacks as opportunities for growth. This mindset allows you to approach challenges with curiosity instead of shame, enabling you to learn from your experiences and improve. Instead of being paralyzed by fear of failure, self-compassion empowers you to take risks, knowing that mistakes are part of the journey. Self-compassion also allows you to reduce the burden of self-criticism. Often we become trapped in a cycle of negative self-talk where every failure or mistake feels like evidence that we're not good enough. This constant mental chatter can be exhausting and demotivating. However, when you practice self-compassion, you become less reactive to your inner critic. You develop the ability to acknowledge your shortcomings without attaching shame or guilt to them. This shift in perspective creates a sense of emotional freedom and resilience, enabling you to recover more quickly from setbacks and stay focused on your long-term goals. In addition, embracing self-compassion supports your mental and emotional well-being. Research shows that self-compassion is linked to lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. When you are kind to yourself, you are less likely to experience the intense emotional fluctuations that come from self-judgment. This is particularly important in a fast-paced, high-pressure world where it can be easy to feel overwhelmed by external expectations. By practicing self-compassion, you create an emotional buffer that helps you navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Beyond mental health benefits, self-compassion also fosters a deeper sense of self-worth. In a society where our value is often measured by external achievements or comparisons to others, practicing self-compassion reminds us that our worth is intrinsic. You are worthy of love, respect, and kindness simply because you exist, not because of your achievements or how you measure up to others. When you internalize this belief, it becomes easier to make choices that align with your values and goals, rather than seeking validation from external sources. Another important aspect of self-compassion is its role in building resilience. Life is full of challenges, and no one is immune to hardship or failure. However, those who practice self-compassion are better equipped to bounce back after adversity. They don't see failure as a reflection of their worth, but as an inevitable part of growth. This perspective enables them to maintain their motivation and continue moving forward, even when things get tough. By focusing on yourself with kindness and understanding, you create a solid foundation for resilience that allows you to persevere in the face of challenges. In the last chapter, I covered how exercise can help with increased focus, concentration, and patience. Self-compassion is a practice that helps you reconnect with your true self. It enables you to treat yourself with the same care and respect that you would offer others. By embracing self-compassion, you build a healthier relationship with yourself, which is essential for both personal growth and well-being. In 2025, as the demands of life continue to increase, self-compassion becomes a powerful tool for navigating the challenges ahead. By prioritizing kindness toward yourself, you create the emotional space needed to grow, learn, and thrive. When you focus on yourself, one of the most significant benefits is the ability to empower those around you. It may seem counterintuitive, but by prioritizing your own growth, well-being, and self-care, you become better equipped to support and lift others. In today's interconnected world, it's easy to fall into the trap of overextending yourself to meet the needs of others. But this often comes at the cost of your own mental and emotional energy. Empowering yourself first allows you to have a positive and lasting impact on those you care about. The key to empowering others begins with self-awareness. When you take the time to focus on your own mental, emotional, and physical health, you cultivate a deeper understanding of your needs, desires, and strengths. This self-awareness becomes the foundation for how you interact with others. When you are clear on your own values and priorities, you are in a better position to offer guidance and support that is authentic and aligned with your beliefs. Rather than trying to impose your opinions or expectations on others, you are more likely to encourage them to pursue their own path, offering them the freedom to grow at their own pace. Focusing on yourself helps you build resilience. Life is full of challenges, and we all experience periods of stress, disappointment, or uncertainty. By prioritizing your own mental health and well-being, you develop the emotional strength needed to navigate difficult situations. This resilience allows you to remain steady in the face of adversity, which in turn provides a sense of stability for others. People are drawn to those who exhibit calmness and clarity in times of difficulty. When you lead by example, showing others how to stay grounded and maintain a positive outlook despite challenges, you inspire them to adopt similar attitudes and behaviors in their own lives. Another powerful way focusing on yourself empowers others is by fostering a sense of self-worth. As you cultivate self-compassion and recognize your own value, you become a role model for others to do the same. Many people struggle with self-doubt and lack of confidence, but when you demonstrate that self-worth is not dependent on external validation, you set an example for those around you. This ripple effect can create a supportive environment where everyone feels encouraged to embrace their unique strengths and talents. Empowering others to recognize their value can lead to stronger, more meaningful connections and a sense of shared growth. Focusing on yourself and your personal development creates the opportunity to lead with authenticity. When you are aligned with your true self, you communicate and act in ways that are genuine. This authenticity fosters trust and respect in relationships. When people see that you are confident in your own identity and not trying to conform to societal pressures, they are more likely to feel inspired to embrace their own uniqueness. By focusing on yourself and living authentically, you create an environment where others feel safe to express themselves and pursue their passions without fear of judgment. In a world that often promotes self-sacrifice and putting others' needs before your own, focusing on yourself allows you to break free from the idea that you must deplete yourself in order to help others. It's important to understand that self-care is not selfish. It's essential. When you take the time to nurture your own well-being, you replenish your energy and resources, which in turn allows you to give more effectively and sustainably to those around you. Empowering yourself is not about isolating yourself from others, but about ensuring that you have the strength, clarity, and emotional bandwidth to truly support others in meaningful ways. By focusing on yourself in 2025, you create the foundation for long-term empowerment, not only for yourself, but for those around you. Prioritizing your mental, emotional, and physical health enables you to lead by example, foster resilience, and inspire others to pursue their own growth. Through self-awareness, authenticity, and self-worth, you set the stage for more meaningful connections and a greater ability to make a positive impact on the world around you. The concept of focusing on yourself in 2025 also involves being intentional with your time and energy. In an age of constant distractions, it has become increasingly challenging to devote time to the things that truly matter. Between work demands, social media, and the overwhelming amount of information we're exposed to daily, it's easy to lose track of how we spend our time. The ability to manage your attention is one of the most valuable skills you can cultivate. Time and energy are finite resources, and by being intentional with how you allocate them, you can ensure that you're spending them on activities that align with your goals and values. One of the first steps in managing your time and energy effectively is learning to say no. In a culture where productivity and busyness are often seen as badges of honor, it can feel uncomfortable to decline invitations, requests, or opportunities. However, by saying no to things that don't serve your higher purpose or personal growth, you free up time and mental energy for what truly matters. It's important to recognize that each commitment you make requires a certain amount of your attention and focus. If you spread yourself too thin, you risk diminishing the quality of your work, relationships, and personal well-being. Saying no is not about being selfish. It's about being mindful of your resources and setting clear boundaries that allow you to thrive. In addition to saying no, focusing on yourself requires you to prioritize the activities that provide the greatest return on your time investment. This may include engaging in practices that enhance your physical and mental well-being, such as exercise, mindfulness, or learning new skills. These activities may not always provide immediate gratification, but they pay long-term dividends by improving your health, resilience, and cognitive functioning. Engaging in these practices helps you build a solid foundation that supports all other aspects of your life. When you prioritize these high-value activities, you're investing in your future self, ensuring that you have the energy, clarity, and resilience to tackle challenges as they arise. Another important aspect of being intentional with your time and energy is learning to eliminate distractions. In our digital age, distractions are everywhere, whether it's a notification on your phone, an incoming email, or the pull of social media. These distractions can fragment your attention, leaving you feeling mentally drained and less productive. To regain control over your time and energy, it's essential to create environments that minimize distractions. This might mean turning off notifications during work hours, setting specific times to check your email, or creating physical spaces that are conducive to deep focus. By eliminating distractions, you enhance your ability to concentrate, which leads to greater productivity and a deeper sense of satisfaction in the work you're doing. Being intentional with your time also involves creating a balance between productivity and rest. Many people fall into the trap of overworking themselves in an effort to achieve more, but this often leads to burnout and reduced effectiveness. The brain requires regular periods of rest and recovery to function at its best. By incorporating rest into your routine, you allow your brain to process information, consolidate memories, and recharge. This balance between work and rest is essential for maintaining high levels of performance and mental clarity. When you focus on your well-being and take the time to recharge, you return to your tasks with greater focus and creativity. In addition to balancing productivity and rest, being intentional with your time involves setting clear goals and measuring your progress. Without clear objectives, it's easy to drift through life without a sense of direction. By setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals, you create a roadmap for your success. These goals give you something to strive toward and provide a sense of accomplishment when you reach them. It's also important to regularly assess your progress and make adjustments as needed. This process of reflection ensures that you stay on track and continue to focus your energy on the things that matter most. Being intentional with your time and energy empowers you to live a more focused, purposeful life. It allows you to prioritize your well-being, align your actions with your goals, and make meaningful progress toward the life you want to create. In 2025, when distractions are more pervasive than ever, the ability to manage your time and energy effectively will be one of the most important skills you can develop. By saying no to what doesn't serve you, prioritizing what matters, eliminating distractions, balancing work and rest, and setting clear goals, you create the conditions for a more fulfilling and impactful life. Focusing on yourself in 2025 is not just a personal growth strategy, but a powerful way to reclaim your life and well-being. As the demands of the modern world continue to increase, it's essential to prioritize your mental, emotional, and physical health to stay resilient, authentic, and empowered. By silencing comparison, embracing self-compassion, and being intentional with your time and energy, you create a foundation for long-term success and fulfillment. This focus allows you to develop a deep understanding of your own values and goals, leading to a life that is guided by your own vision rather than external pressures. As you cultivate a sense of self-worth, build resilience, and empower those around you, you begin to thrive in ways that are aligned with your true self. In 2025, focusing on yourself is not an act of selfishness. It is the key to living a meaningful and purposeful life that not only benefits you, but also uplifts those you encounter along the way.